Hi, Vesna.
Hi.
Okay. Here you go.
All right, good. Glad you can hear it. All right. And there's Miss Beth's coming on. Okay, we're getting ready to start here. So if you're tuning in and you're seeing the Synergy logo, we're getting started with the live stream in just a moment. The doctors are arriving. All right, so I think we're in business. Hi, Beth.
Hi, how are you?
Good. All right.
Hi.
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 There we go, finally. Okay, all these buttons to push. All right, so let's get the last piece shared to the public, and then we'll get started. And let's see, we got that. Boom, there we are. All right, so let's bring it right into the right view. How's everybody today? Hopefully alive and well.
Well,
Yes.
Okay, so we are live in the world. We're on 7 different channels, 8 different channels. Excuse me. We're streaming Synergy Solutions. So for those of you that this is your first time, this is a remote quantum healing. That's the fun name I like to give it. But we are what's called Doctors of Chiropractic. We practice a style of chiropractic called KST, Core and Specific Technique. And this gives us the tool to learn how to connect at this quantum level, regardless of where you are in the world, anywhere in the world, anytime. In reality, when you connect here and now with your intention, well, you are receiving the benefit of the synergy connection. So with that being said, welcome everybody. Dr. George, let's introduce, where are you in the world? Let's just say your name and where are you in the world, and we'll let people connect. And
George Rose, I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
George Rhodes, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let me turn the music down even more. That way it's easier to hear. Let's try that right there. Nice little, hopefully just enough volume. All right, and Sasha, introduce yourself and where are you from in the world here?
Hello, I'm from the UK.
All right, Dr. Sasha from the UK, and Dr. Beth.
I'm from North Andover, Massachusetts.
UMass. All right, Massachusetts in the house, and Vesna.
I'm in Split in Croatia.
Croatia. All right. Well, we have a worldwide class here. I love it. And I expect Dr. Adrian to tune in at the perfect moment, as he often likes to do. And he's in the Netherlands, and so he should be joining in any moment. And so hopefully, and if you're in the world, if you're watching, you're tuning in, the chat is open, and I will be seeing it. So I'd love to know where you are in the world. And we're broadcasting this network across many channels and connecting around the world. So I'm typing it in. Where are you from? So Dr. George, if you could do me a favor in your best elevator 30-second explanation. What are we doing here?
Well, we're working on that. So what chiropractic is essentially about is more fully connecting you with your source of life. And we recognize how to do that is to get the brain and body talking to each other more clearly. And the brain-body connection can be weakened by being presented with more stress you can handle in the moment. It causes what we call subluxation. The bones get out of place and start to detune the nerve system. So what we want to do is help your body process some of the stress that's been stuck so that you can grow and heal and repair. And my intention for today is to help people process the stresses that we're all under right now, to process those stresses more constructively. Instead of letting it beat us down, let it be a source of food to grow ourselves to the next level, whatever that is. A lot of those, but there it is.
George, thank you. Great explanation.
Uh,
Thank you for letting us understand that essentially when the human body can't process stress is when we have these breakdown moments, when we have these illness states or out of, if I could say it this way, dis-ease, something out of ease. When we are in ease, our body is thriving, our body is adapting. When we're out of ease, we are in dis-ease. And if you bring those words together, well, you can make that deduction for yourself. So that's my fun way of getting into the next point. So let's connect. So Vesna, Beth, Sasha, what are some of the things that you would like to talk about, or some of the things that that you're addressing in our sessions, or that, if I could add to add to Dr. George's commentary, please, Sasha. I'm gonna go with you first. You can even talk about your intention about today, or what in your own words, what is it that we're doing?
Okay.
So there's some different options for you to pick from.
Okay, what we're trying to do is find the priority issue today for the group connected, for the world, for ourselves, and work on whatever issue is the priority.
Right on. And regardless of where you are, your priority may be unique for you. However, there's a wisdom that is life that has a connection within yourself and a connection with us, and that need, that priority will be addressed with what we're doing here in Synergy Solutions. Beth, I'm going to move to you next. You're a little newer to this experience. You've been here, you've had 2 sessions with us. This will be your 3rd. Kind of give me some feedback, what you've noticed, what your experience, and what is going on here.
Well, it's been a great experience, and definitely after each session, I can just feel the energy in a good way. So that's a great thing. And I'm a human like everyone else, and I get stressed out and don't always center myself. So it's been a help to me as much as my family and all of you in the world. And it's in my opinion, it's all the more importance of being connected to source, like you said, and really just being connected, because it's the one thing that we can control is how we adapt to stress, and we're helping with all that as well. So.
Well, what a great statement. We can control how our body adapts by doing the things such as this intervention, which really works on these subtle energy bodies that we have, these fields of energy. And there's in previous episodes, I've shown the infographic that shows how the subtle energy interacts with the physical body. So this is one of the things we can have direct influence over by the foods that we eat, by the thoughts that we think, by the modalities that we use to help nourish and align our body so we can adapt to the stresses like Dr. George talking about. Wow, so beautiful. Thank you. And Vesna, tell me, same questions. What is going on here? And please use your own words.
I would like to say trust in our innate immunity. Yeah, that's what comes to me. Just trust in our body, and the body knows best.
The body knows best. Trusting our innate. Now, these are phrases that we can, of course, dive in and have a lot of discussion about. There's lots of information. We can even talk about science about this. But the simple analogy is, in my humble opinion right now, is if I cut my hand by accident or whatever, however it may happen, and if I can get the dirt out and keep it clean, so to speak, the body will take care of all that at that cellular level and subatomic level and all those things that are going on within. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the body can heal. And even the scar can go away over time. So yes, there's a depth and there's a little more nuance to that discussion that may need to be had. However, the essence is, even when you break your arm, you go to the hospital, you get it set, you put the cast on, that keeps that bone in close proximity. Yet what is doing the healing? Well, it's the body itself. And we can have a very intellectual conversation of how that's influenced, good or bad, for increased ability to heal or decreased ability to heal. However, we can understand, and everyone could probably agree with, we do have healing capabilities within our life. So this is what, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure you probably agree. This is one of the things that drives me in my physical practice and my studies is I want to know, how do I heal? I want to know how to heal better for myself, and then ultimately for the clientele, my patients and my family members. So, Vesna, thank you for allowing me to iterate more on your commentary.
Thank you.
There's so much packed into those type of statements that I want to make sure. I guess I want to help others understand how we got to that kind of analysis using that simple statement. There's always so much packed in there. It's such a rich and wonderful study, and I really, really enjoy that. So without further ado, let's dive into the work. And by the way, I never mentioned where I'm from. I'm from New Jersey here in the United States. And so what we're going to be doing now is setting that intention for ourselves. That you need something to work better in your life. Based on what you just heard, hopefully you're realizing that we need to adapt to the stresses and changing things that are happening in our environment, regardless of what you have come to see, know, and trust. There's this force within us that we can connect to, and we're going to do that right now. So begin to think about what you're wanting in life, what you're creating in life, and how are you nurturing people around you as well. And if you're having struggles because you're drained or you're just depleted from whatever the reason, this is something that's going to nourish you to help you go outward with your expression in positive ways. And if you need more help, please reach out to one of us. Maybe you know us personally, and you can definitely message us at in one of the chat comments, and I'll help you along the way to get yourself nourished, so you can help provide for others. And that's really outflow, inflow, giving and receiving. It's this balance. So again, thank you for letting me riff on a few things. Okay, intentions. So while we're getting ready for this session to begin, we have already begun. In your mind, you're holding those intentions. Take those deep breaths in and out. Let yourself get centered and grounded. And any additions, Sasha, George, Vesna, Beth, please just chime in. I heard we're helping people adapt to stress. I like the word being resilient. That to me keeps showing up. Any other words that pop for anybody, please just shout them out. As people to help others align in that holistic wellness, non-drug, non-surgery approach, what do you guys see as needed?
Trust and faith.
Trust and faith. What else did I hear?
Relax. And enjoy it.
It's like a big thunderstorm. Sometimes it's scary, but it passes through, doesn't it? Okay, so let me turn on the light music again, and the doctors will begin to connect and tune in, and we will start doing the work. And that means helping the shift, helping your ability to be resilient, to be at peace, to adapt to the stresses at hand, so that we can go through the storm and come out on the other side better than we were before. Where, if I may add, the storm clears out old debris that doesn't need to be there and allows the new growth to occur. So we are in a place of an opportunity here, if I may say. And if you're just tuning in, we are now starting the quantum healing session with the KST technique. And what you're doing is honing in on your internal self so that you can allow the stresses to be released and that allow your alignment to solutions to be achieved and aligned. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we're just finishing up the thank you, Dr. George. We are finishing up the quantum healing session, and there's a way to identify what, where, and when. And this is the technique we call KST. And if you want to dive in more to that, just let me know in one of the comments, one of the groups. I'll find it, and we'll get you connected to how to learn this information. In fact, one of the best ways to get that is in the comments. You'll see Synergy Solution Sessions.com, and that's where you get the free, what's called the boot camp. You get 3 downloaded sessions so you can start to experience it for yourself at your own time and your own pace. But then you get the offer to connect to the group and begin the process of understanding what's actually happening here. And by the way, this is a deep doctorate level, advanced. Some of the most newest science coming out is confirming what we are doing here. It's delightful. It's exciting to be a part of this next wave that's actually, I believe, coming out now in the world of healthcare. So that being said, what a wonderful session. So I want to start by saying that. And Dr. George, one of those things that I could just feel it rippling through me. Oh my goodness. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So at the end there, I just felt this great happiness, and there's one of the things I felt at the end, and I tapped up here. It was this revelation that this is a this is rejoicing of a process that we have yet to see that way as a collective. That this is actually a good thing that we're going through. Now that's a big stretch right now for me to say that, but we're talking universal time here. We're talking time beyond the time of one lifetime. Anyway, with that being said, let me turn down the music. I got all this peppy music. I was looking for the serious stuff. I couldn't find it. But hey, that's the way it goes. So, I want to bring an air of respect and honor to each of the doctors, what they're about to say, because there's some real wisdom and knowledge in here that's about to be said. So without putting any pressure on anybody, Beth, I'm going to start with you today and put you right in the hot seat. And I want to know what you found and what you noticed in our session today.
Yes. The first thing that came up is fear, the emotion of fear, and I got the stress pattern with that and some cervical adjustments to clear that out. I also got dread, and did some upper thoracics for that as well. But again, I don't know if it's me or everything, but hey, not holding on to it. So those are the major things I got, and I just cleared up from there.
Wonderful. Thank you for commenting. And what I want to add to that, in traditional Chinese medicine, when you look at the what's called the lung meridian and the organ of the lung itself, it has a physical component, it has a nutritional component, it has a toxic component, and a mental emotional component. When you look at the mental emotional component, it's all about shock, grief, dread, fear, the lungs. If you've ever seen anyone who's been scared suddenly, what do? They're breathing in that way. So that energy is being highlighted now. And it's very interesting to see where all the news is for where are people getting sick within the human body. So that being said, we'll let people iterate on that themselves. But thank you for that commentary. Vesna, what did you find? Any insights, any thoughts that came through for you? Please share.
I started with the cranial chakra and crown chakra and cranial suture, and then all of a sudden I felt like the wave of energy or whatever, and I was thinking, am I giving here or am I receiving? It was like so that's where I flew. That's felt like floating in a way, actually.
I'm
another beautiful session.
Yes, thank you, and it is, and I wanted to say, because I want to honor your statement before I say anything. But what I wanted to say is, I'm watching everyone, of course, but I'm watching you, and you're just floating away down there, and it's so beautiful to witness you. And the comment, the moment we are giving is the moment we are receiving. In chiropractic, we talk about the safety pin cycle. In other worlds, we're looking at the yin yang. And this is part of the system. It's the immediate, you could look at the circle of life, the karmic cycle. Yeah, but we're seeing it instantaneously. The moment we engage to give is the moment that the receiving can be opened up. And what I've noticed in you, Vesna, and what I noticed in a lot of KST doctors, is they can begin to detect that subtle difference. And that's just a skill that we have the ability to detect, but have we taken the time to enhance our skills? And this is where chiropractors have really done that job, is because we have to learn how to feel with our hands at the most basic level. But ultimately, in our experience, we go way beyond that 10,000 hour mark of expertise. I mean, some doctors, you can't even count the hours anymore of their area of mastery that they've developed with this feeling, with the finest of sensations of their fingertips. So thank you, Vesna. Thank you. And Sasha, please, what were you noticing? What did you find? And any insights you'd like to share?
Yeah, I got um, priority was um, the group of people that are connecting with us today, wherever they are. It wasn't us particularly, and it wasn't me. It was that group of people, and it was grief. Grief was predominant. And Innate wanted me to use the Reiki symbol to clear it. Two Reiki symbols, in fact. So that's it.
Beautiful.
And it showed us it's clear. So
Okay.
clear, loud, whatever that means.
Okay, Sasha, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to announce you've been breaking up. But
Right.
I caught that you got two Reiki symbols, and that you worked on grief, and that's where it kind of started to break up. So if you try again, please.
Oh, right. When I used the that it wanted to go to the group of people. I'm with you. You can hear me, yeah?
We're still having trouble. So I'm going to ask you,
Oh, right.
Sasha. I'm going to ask you.
Okay here.
That's
It
okay.
looks okay.
I know it looks okay. So with that being said,
Don't worry.
yes, we're going to have to move on. If you can find time, send me an email with what you maybe you found, and I'll post that within, at least in the Synergy Solutions group. I'll definitely post that because this kind of information is delightful and it's wonderful. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes in and out. Maybe you're speaking too much truth over there.
I can hear you. I hear you.
And I don't understand why it's not. So I don't know who knows why that's happening. So we're just going to go with that and continue on. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you. And Dr. George.
Yes.
Same question.
This time I drew a body frame to look at, and the first thing that hit me was fear. So I wrote down the word fear, and it's like, gee, where'd that come up? A few other people say, and of course, fear, and then I wrote faith across that way, which is what we're aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
As seems to be the way it goes, I saw a lot of hollow organs to adjust, and I see that as like we're being expanded. My role in this group is to handle that part of the elephant, I guess. So 9 hollow organs this time, part of which was the covering, the parenchyma, the hollow skin that covers the right lung. So there's the lung bit again. When I got to right ureter, and I saw spiraling energy down, then the left one, and then the bladder, what came to me is pissed off. So there's like grief, fear is kind of translating itself into anger, and maybe other things will happen after that. And then finally, maybe this is what you felt, Kim, is I took a bead on the atlas from the left side, I found the exact spot, and just laughed at it. And I kind of started laughing when that happens. Atlas, I usually finish with Atlas. It's a good, it sits anatomically right below the foramen magnum, which used to be referred to as the mouth of God. So
very interesting.
Take the mask off the mouth of God a little bit.
Interesting. It's a great tidbit of information that the opening where the spinal cord comes out of the skull so it enters the body is the mouth of God. And then we call the first bone in the neck the Atlas, which is in, I guess it's Greek mythology, Atlas. Any confirmation? I would appreciate that.
I would say Greek history because I'm Greek, but it's Greek mythology that holds up the earth.
Yeah, Atlas holds the world. And so where's our world? It's contained in our thoughts. And our thoughts can lead us into all kinds of problems and or solutions. So that's a discovery of the whole thought realm. And hey, hi Annie, good to see you. So getting some chats on the comment there, and so thank you, George. The hollow organs has been your speciale, and I'm really, the hollow organs helps us process whatever, and we can dive into that conversation later. The whole point being, we're all adapting to the stresses, and now because of this session, we are able to adapt even more effectively, increasing your resilience, finding peace in your life and stability. One of the things that I noticed when I was doing my session was I just felt like I needed to hold my hands, and it was about stability. It was about maintaining some sort of stability, and I can't iterate any more than that. And then Dr. George talked about the Atlas adjustment, and I got to tell you where I felt that it was in my whole chest cavity, and how that could connect. Well, there's lots of direct connections we can talk about. I'll just relate a quick story. Yesterday, I just saw someone a physical diversified style upper cervical yesterday, and their whole body went to ease after that. And
The whole body?
the whole entire body, the patient's body just relaxed and went into ease. It's like she took a deep breath after that. Her whole body just had that relax. It's like you could even feel the energy in the room change, just like calmness. And it's the amazing ability when this area, the skull and the first bone, when they get in alignment, there's just so much freedom for life to express. So thank you, Dr. George, for that. Thank you all the doctors for being here. Yeah.
Thank
I want
you.
one more thing real quick if I could. The way that the skull articulates with Atlas and the way Atlas articulates with Axis, it creates motion, what we would know in mechanical terms as a universal joint.
That is so spectacular. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better the more you look into it. Thank you, Dr. George. I appreciate you.
Universal joint. Yeah.
Yes. So, and today, I hope I'm accurate. I've been talking about it all day. Today is Earth Day. Is that right? Am I accurate on that? Today is Earth Day.
Yeah.
And so, Earth Day. Now, I don't know if other people around the world
Yeah.
talk about this, but this today is about honoring the planet that we all are sitting on and working with and get fed by and get nurtured through. And if you get into the periodic table, the stuff that's in the earth is the same stuff that you're made of. So really, this is about honoring you and nourishing you and giving, giving. How did it all come here? How did it all arrive? I don't know, but I give thanks to that too. And so that's my 2 cents. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
This has been another successful session of Synergy Solutions. If you're wanting more details about what this is this quantum uniqueness, what is KST, what are we doing here, there's a link in the description, synergysolutionsessions.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, docs. Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.